Apple is announcing that it will invest $600 billion, that's with a B, in the United States over the next 4 years. That's $100 billion more than they were originally going to invest.
For the first time ever, every single new iPhone and every single new Apple Watch sold anywhere in the world will contain cover glass made in Kentucky. We're going to keep hiring in America, and we're going to keep building technologies at the heart of our products right here in America.
Another day, another win for America. President Trump securing an additional $100 billion investment from Apple with a promise to make all its phone and watch cover glass here in the U.S. in Kentucky. O'Leary Ventures Chairman Kevin O'Leary joining us now. Kevin, I want to get your reaction to this pretty big announcement at the White House.
Well, the administration wants to show that their policy is having the desired effect that they promised voters, that they'd repatriate, redomesticate production, manufacturing, et cetera. Now, the thing to notice about this, if you're a CEO like Cook in the S&P 500, and you've been watching the White House now for the last 200 days, there's two types of Trump meetings. Remember, all cameras into the White House. The first bad meeting was Zelensky from Ukraine. No one had ever seen anything like that before, and everybody woke up and said, whoa, what was that? And so when you go to the White House, you're either going to have a good Trump meeting or a bad Trump meeting. That was a good Trump meeting yesterday because Cook stood up and said, we're bringing jobs back to America and investing more, and stood up beside those charts, and the market listened. They don't know the details. The market doesn't care. All they know is he had a good meeting, and Trump is probably going to back off on Apple now, and that's good. That, in addition to promises to invest in AI, shot the stock up. Apple had added billions to its market cap yesterday. Good Trump meeting adds market cap. That's what we're all learning.
Well, and on the larger spectrum of this whole idea for what this impact and really the Trump tariff plan means for the manufacturers in the U.S., you know, Kevin, I talked to a steel manufacturer, makes steel baskets. He says the EU deal, these tariffs, is great for him. He calls it the reindustrialization of America is what we're witnessing. Do you agree?
Well, it's going to take a long time for that to happen because plants and equipment, purchases are one thing. Building a massive facility like ones that make chips, semiconductors, that takes over a decade. The policy seems to be working in the sense that the overall market is getting used to the volatility. That's the ultimate measure. What is the value of America? It's the S&P 500. It's at all-time highs. And so from a policy perspective, an investor like I look at policy, what's coming out of the sausage grinder, and most of us like what we see. However, Trump is doing something no administration's ever done before. Look at this India situation. He's basically saying, if you do things I don't like, I'm going to limit your access to the world's largest consumer market. And the thing he doesn't like about India right now is importing Russian oil and reselling it for a profit. So he wants to squeeze two heads at once. The India Prime Minister and Putin, two head squeezers happening at once now on all of this discussion about going up to 100% tariffs on India. They can't sustain that. This is really unusual, but seems to be working.
And lastly, Kevin, I want to get your take on what do you think all of this means? I know you said it's going to take years to build new factories, but for the average American factory worker today, is this good news?
I think it is because we all have come to believe from a policy perspective that Trump is going to fine-tune these tariffs. Because, for example, if you're making steel or you're a farmer, you need potash. Let's just take potash. There is no potash in America. So it makes no point in tariffing potash for farmers. That all comes out of Canada. So that's going to be a fine-tuned deal, we all think, we all anticipate, although Canada doesn't have a deal right now. Switzerland doesn't have a deal. I'm really concerned about Switzerland. I'm a watch guy. And right now we're looking at 49% tariffs. Not good.
All right. Kevin O'Leary, the watch guy, and also known as Mr. Wonderful. Great to get your insights, as always. Thank you.
Take care.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.